Welcome to the Better Together Visibility Challenge, day 3. So excited to have you here today. And I think I have hopefully all of the technical glitches worked out, but time will tell. So if you're here joining me live, would love to have you comment in the comments. Let me know that you're excited about today. Let me know that I can see the comments because I couldn't see them yesterday as they were coming in. So I want to find out first, did you brainstorm last night a list of the partners that you would like to connect with and see if you can collaborate with them? Did you put it through the partnership fit checklist? And did you type in the group the type of partner you want? It's really important that you continue to do this as we move forward because I want you to experience the power of collaboration. And in order to really collaborate with others, sometimes we have to do things when we don't really feel ready, when it's a little messy. But I want to create a safe space for all of us to be able to do that. So please post in there. And great, I see Beth and Shayna. Wonderful. Glad you guys can hear me. And just want to share a little bit more about my background. So when I first started in the professional supplement space, I partnered with a former mastermind member. We were actually business colleagues. We ended up going into business together, and then we ended up working at the same company. And one of the things that we did is we created a full blueprint for selling supplements for our doctors so that they could easily recommend our supplements. In fact, I still have it. So this tells you how old it was because there's still a CD in there, but we had it all. We had the reordering systems, we had flyers, we had posts, we had addendums. And the best thing about that is the doctors who used our system found out that their patients were actually getting better quickly. They were a little worried at first because they didn't want to be seen as promoting supplements, but by having them get better quicker, they were able to achieve what they wanted, not what I wanted, because of course I wanted to sell more supplements, but they got to achieve what they wanted. Now, let me ask you, what do you think I charged for that? Do you think it was under $100, over $100, over $1,000? Or do you think it was nothing? Put in the chat. So if you said free, you're right. I gave it away for free. And why do you think I did that? I did that because I wanted to solve the provider's problem. The provider didn't care about selling supplements. They just wanted their patients to get better. So in order for me to help them get what they wanted, I needed to create something that was easy and simple for them. And what I didn't realize at that time is by doing so, the law of reciprocity kicked in. I didn't even know what that law was at the time, but I became their trusted advisor. I wasn't just a salesperson, and they ended up favoring me over my competitors every time. I became friends with many of them. They would call me when they had a problem, and we would work through it together. They knew that I was not going to try to sell them something, because selling somebody something that they don't want, that is what gives the whole selling, process. It makes it icky. It makes it something that we don't want to do. So we need to lead with value first. And by doing that, I position myself as a trusted partner. My reach multiplied because my resource solved real world problems. I've built every business that I've ever done on give first relationships. And it collapsed years of waiting for visibility into weeks of traction. And I'm going to do the same thing for you. So you're already giving away your best stuff on social media for free. And this ultimately has a much higher return on your time and your efforts to be able to give a resource to a partner that you'd like to work with and have it for their audience. It's one of the best ways to set yourself apart in a world where we are needing more than ever to show our best to each other. We need to show that humanness. And so today you're going to replace awkward pitching that feels pushy with a simple give first offer that partners love to share. And so you can be seen as that trusted advisor and not as someone just trying to make a sale. So let me ask you, how many of you are comfortable sharing your offer with a client or a potential partner? Put I am or I am not in the chat. When I first started in sales, I came kicking and screaming. I am not kidding. In the early 90s, I was in my 20s, so that gives you an idea of how old I am. But I was offered my first sales position. It was making more money than I could even imagine at that time, and I would be able to travel all over the world. But I turned it down because, number one, I was afraid of talking to people even one-on-one. Number two, I didn't want to be a salesperson. Salespeople reminded me of the used car dealers or the realtor who once was trying to sell me a house and it had the washer and dryer in the kitchen. And he told me that that's where I belonged. Needless to say, he wasn't our realtor after that. But it gave me gross feelings. I never wanted to be that person. So when I first started sales and finally decided to try it, I wanted to make sure that I was being different. And the way that I became the number one salesperson in almost every place I worked was because I did it differently than others. I wasn't selling. I was just trying to, number one, get to know my client. What did they need? What did they want? Now, if I could help them get what they needed and wanted, I got a sale. And if I didn't have it myself, I often went out of my way to make sure that they still got what they needed or wanted. I gave them that resource because I wasn't just a salesperson. I was somebody who was listening to them and helping them get what they wanted. And that's what we're going to do with partners. We're going to give before asking. We're going to flip that pitch into serving, because it flips into a true offering at that time. It builds goodwill and it builds loyalty fast. It relieves that awkward sales pressure. And it's important for us to remember also that taking without being a good partner is going to backfire. So it makes sure that we're not taking more than we're giving. And the best of all, it replaces cold asks with warm invites. So let's find out how giving first multiplies opportunities faster than any traditional pitch. Because the reverse pitch works because the Spark framework is based on flipping that pitch into serving. It turns a cold ask into a warm connection. And you all have the reverse pitch framework in your bonuses. So you don't have to follow along now. I'll take you through it. But if you want to refer back to that, that'll help as well. Because the essence Spark is to show appreciation. We talked a little bit about this yesterday. Begin with a genuine compliment. Notice something that they're doing well. What do you admire about them? What attracted you to make them want to be a partner that you would like to work with? By doing this, you're building goodwill and loyalty fast. And instead of feeling like you're intruding or getting that dreaded silence, your partners are going to thank you and be proud to share the resource that you give them. So the P is for providing value, because you always want to make a deposit before cashing that check. And the bigger the ask, the bigger the deposit. So share a resource that their audience will actually use right away. Share something that they will get a quick win, either immediately or within a few days a week at most, something that is easy, something that feels generous and not desperate. Because taking without giving back is going to leave you bankrupt in the eyes of your partner. Now, the A is to add trust. So frame your give so it makes your partner look good. By making them look good, their credibility will transfer to you when they share it with their audience. And it adds trust with both the partner and the audience. And it opens doors your competitors cannot reach. It's also a great way because not only are you going to find oftentimes that the partners will share your resource with their audience, but they also have other colleagues and business owners that are serving the midlife women that they're going to be happy to recommend you to. So it opens so many doors. Now you want to remove the barriers when you're creating your offer. So make sure it's short, it's simple, and it's plug and play. And this is going to all help you relieve that awkward sales pressure because easy to share resources will not only create the trust, but they're going to create that momentum fast. And then K is for keeping the doors open. So this helps you replace those cold asks with those warm invitations because you're leaving space for the next steps without pressure. You're giving your resource time to do its magic without asking for anything in return. And what that's doing is that's creating an ongoing relationship, which is what you want. We don't want one-off partners. The goal is to make this an easy way that we can create momentum in our businesses without that burnout. And so we want to leave that door open. And when you follow the Spark method, your giving first becomes effortless and it multiplies your opportunities faster than any traditional pitch. So the most irresistible resources are simple, they're step-by-step, and they're instantly usable. So think quick transformation, think one-page, outcome-focused resource. Have it branded, but don't make it self-promotional. The Spark framework, that reverse pitch that is in the bonuses, it's a perfect example of just a one-page valuable resource that helps provide transformation quickly and has the branding on it. You don't even need to make it pretty. It can just be black and white in a document, in a spreadsheet, whatever works for you to create the value. The prettiness is not the goal there. Make it easy for the partners to implement and share with their audiences. Because by saving them time and making them look good, you're going to create that relationship. Now, I want you to picture this. Imagine creating this resource and sending it out once a week to one partner. Now, it keeps getting passed around. And then the partners are introducing you to their audience, to other partners. They're thanking you. Their audiences are thanking you. And your visibility is multiplying while you're focusing on your own work. Most people overcomplicate this. Keep it simple so the partners say yes in seconds. Keep it simple so that you have your resource ready today. This is how you win with this strategy. Replace the scripts that are difficult to use with ready-to-use tools. And that's why today you're going to create your very first plug-and-play reverse offer. So your action step today is to create a one-page, valuable resource that your partner's audience is going to love. You can use the Spark framework. There's an AI prompt to identify the needs and help you walk through this. And you have the Spark framework as the example of your one-pager. And again, it is pretty. Marian does a beautiful job for me, but you don't need to make it pretty. Keep it outcome focused with a low lift and add your branding and contact information. Now, don't add all of your contact information. Add the best way to reach you, whether it's email or maybe even you just give your website. and share it with your partners. Share it with those list of partners. You have 5 to 10 partners. Share it with them with a genuine compliment. You're not asking for an opt-in. This is just pure value. The resource itself opens the doors, and that's what you want. You want to be different than everybody else. And this is a reusable asset that you can use any time. So when you have your topic for your one-pager, I want you to post done in the comments. And remember, you're not the only one tired of pitching that feels icky. You're part of a community making visibility feel good again. So I want you to be able to post this, share it, get the information to others. Make sure that, work with people in the community, look at what they're posting, see if it's an offer that you would like to share with your community, and reach out to them. Now, I see that some of you in the chat are asking, Carol, I know you want to know where to get the resources. We'll send you over the bonuses, but if you do need the bonuses, type bonuses in the comments, and Marian, Justine, and myself will make sure to get those over to you today so that you have them, and we'll be doing that right after this live as well, and then we'll be keeping track over the day. So tomorrow, we're going to take this even further. Because without a clear map, random collaborating is just another form of noise and chaos that we do not need. So instead, I'm going to show you how to build the structure that makes visibility unstoppable. See you tomorrow.